My name is Randy Tyne, and this is my case study on parental apathy. The first section is the problem identification and analysis. A few of the things that I know is that there is limited parental and community involvement at John F. Kennedy School. The past efforts by the principal to involve parents in things such as meetings and volunteering have been unsuccessful so far. And finally, I know that there are 8 parents that are present to discuss parental involvement. Some of the things that I still need to know are what the further interest of these 8 parents might be. I would also want to know if there are any other parents that weren't able to make it this evening that may be interested in knowing, learning, or becoming more involved with parent involvement at the school. I would also need to know the opinion of the current parent population. It doesn't seem that there have been any sort of surveys or ways of collecting that information so far. And finally, I would need to know if the principal would grant the permission to go ahead and continue with the meeting, even though there are only 8 parents. So the problem is that there is very little parental or community involvement at John F. Kennedy School. The principal so far is unconcerned with this issue. Section 2 is the proposed plan of action. So the first thing that I would want to do is get permission from the principal to continue the meeting with the 8 parents that have shown up so far. And I would also want to offer to take a leadership role in this endeavor to increase the parental involvement at the school. My reasons for taking this step are that so far the principal has taken the position that everything is going fine and that the parents should be left alone. This tells me that I may need to take, this interest may be something that I want to take further. Also, what has prompted me to take this step is that the principal is not in favor of holding the meeting because of poor turnout. So if I offer to take a leadership role, maybe this will be something he would be more likely to agree with. My second step would be to take advantage of the 8 parents that have shown an interest in being involved. So I would want to go ahead and move forward with the meeting to brainstorm some new involvement ideas that may go beyond meetings and volunteering. I would want to set some future meetings so that we could hopefully try to get some more parents involved, and then use the time in between to spread the word and hopefully have other parents join. Okay, and my reasons for doing this is that there have been 8 parents that have shown up to the meeting about parental involvement, and I want to capitalize on the interest of the parents regardless of how small the group is. It's always a great place to start. And then my third step would be to collect the opinion of the current parent population of John F. Kennedy School. I would want to do this through maybe an online survey, but also giving the option of a paper survey as well, to begin to collect just what is the opinion of the school, since that has not been done so far. And that's my reasons for wanting to do that, is that there is no real information on what parents would like to see at the school, and that parent groups, as our student population changes, our parent groups change as well. And so it's important to kind of know what they want for their school. The third section is resolving the issue. So the first issue that we have is that the parent involvement is very minimal. So I have chosen to address this issue by going ahead to continue with this initial meeting, and by choosing to brainstorm and collaborate ways to involve others while at this meeting. and also by choosing to make a plan of how to go forward from this point on. The second issue that we see is that the principal seems to be unconcerned with the fact that we have very little involvement from parents. So I would choose to address this issue by asking for permission to move forward with the meeting. And I would also address this by offering to take a leadership role, because if I have a passion for this, it would be something that I would be able to hopefully benefit the school by using that passion to move forward and try to get something done. And the third issue that we see is that only 8 parents have shown up to the meeting. So the way that I would want to address this would be to brainstorm with these 8 parents ways that we can involve other parents. Also, I would choose to, with their help, put together a survey to get the opinions of all parents in the school. And also, I would choose to plan future meetings for other opportunities to get involved. The fourth section is to debrief the problem. So as I was going through this case study, the first thing that I was thinking about was what I would want as a parent. And if parental involvement was very minimal at my students' or my child's school, I would want the opportunity to become involved, and I would want to be asked for my thoughts and my opinions. So I wanted to make sure that I did that in this case study as well. The second thing was that I was feeling frustrated that the principal presumed to know what parents wanted just by talking with a few of them, instead of really looking at the group of parents as a whole and getting information from each parent instead of just a sampling of parents. So I wanted to make sure to include that into my case study as well, that opportunity for every voice, every parent voice to be heard. And then the third thing was that I was valuing that educating children is a partnership, and it is a partnership between the school and also the parents. Both are very important in the education of a child, and working together is so important in that and can really strengthen that education. So that also came into play as I was working through this case study. Some of the things that I feel are still unresolved are that the issues of what are parents willing to get involved in. That is still really unknown. It doesn't seem that they really want to attend meetings and to volunteer, so we need to really think outside the box and try to come up with some things that they do want to be involved in. The second issue that is unresolved is what will come of the 8 parents that showed up. Will those become kind of the core group? Will it grow from there? That's really unknown at this point. And then also, the biggest thing is, will the principal support moving forward with the group? Because the rest of it can't really happen if the principal doesn't give support and permission, which he's indicated that he will not do. So those are some pretty big things that are still unresolved. And section 5 is to reflect on standard number 4. So component 1 is that a leader collaborates with families and community members. So I feel like through this case study I demonstrated that by continuing with the parents that have shown up and holding the initial meeting regardless of the size. Also, I feel that's demonstrated by choosing to set future dates as additional opportunities to discuss ways that we can involve families. The second component of Standard 4 is that a leader responds to the diverse needs and interests of the community. So I feel this was demonstrated by choosing to conduct a survey to find out what parents want. And then also looking at the diverse needs by whether we would do this online, but also be able to do this with paper for those that may not have access to computer or internet. And then also, I feel like this was demonstrated by being open to new ideas for parental involvement and looking beyond things such as meetings and volunteering, which are obviously not in the interest of this parent population. So, looking further into some other ways that we would be able to involve the parents. And then component 3 of Standard 4 is that a leader provides a variety of opportunities for community groups to address and help solve problems. So through this case study, I feel like I demonstrated that by setting up future meetings. Okay, we can't accomplish something giving them one chance, one meeting, you didn't show up, sorry. So setting up future meetings for additional times that we can get together and discuss this issue that we want to improve upon. And then also, I feel like this is demonstrated by brainstorming ideas to find different ways parents might be able to get involved. Thank you.